Toledo Biz TV Shows proudly presents this episode of Directions for a Better Way to Bank with your host, Business Lending Manager Pat DeCesar.
Hello, my name is Bruce Joseph. I'm the Financial Consultant with Directions Credit Union, and I'm going to be your guest host in place of Pat DeCesar for today's show. And today's topic is going to be how different IRA plans can help business owners reach their retirement goals. If you're busy running your own business, retirement is probably one of the last things on your list of things to do. IRAs can offer various tax breaks in exchange for retirement savings. They can be a program that can be utilized as an employee benefit, and they're easier to administer than most traditional qualified plans. We're going to talk about two different options. One is a SEP, an SEP, which is a simplified employee pension, and a SIMPLE, which is a savings incentive match plan. First, let's discuss SEP plans. Those are generally best for self-employed individuals with no employees or small businesses with employees who meet certain compensation and tenure requirements. Now, the features of a SEP plan are that they are easy to administer, they're low cost, there's no IRS reporting required, no annual funding required, and the employer must contribute to eligible employee accounts in any year that the plan is funded. The tax benefits for the employer are within IRS limits. The contributions to a SEP IRA are generally 100% tax deductible to the employer. The SEP IRA contributions are made by the employer into their own SEP as well as to the individual SEP account of each eligible employee. The investment earnings will also grow tax deferred. Early withdrawals. Now, early withdrawals are allowed prior to age 59 and a half. However, they may be subject to a 10% penalty plus ordinary income taxes. There are also contribution limits. For the employer can contribute up to 25% of the employee's taxable compensation, up to $50,000 for the maximum in 2012, whichever one of those two is less, or a 20% limit for self-employed individuals based on the net earnings. Now, the employer has a flexibility to determine the annual contribution amount and frequency. For the employee, all contributions for a SEP IRA are funded by the employer. There are contribution deadlines. The contributions must be made by the employer's tax filing deadline, including any valid extensions, for the employer to deduct contributions for that particular tax year. Now we'll discuss simple plans. These are best for employers, including those self-employed with 100 employees or less. They must meet certain compensation tests and do not maintain any other qualified plan. The features of a simple plan are that they are easy to administer, they're low cost, there is no IRS reporting required, they're largely funded by employee contributions, but limited employer contribution is required. The tax benefits for the employer are that contributions can be made by an employer are tax deductible, and for the employee, all contributions are made on a pre-tax basis and earnings accumulate tax deferred. Early withdrawals from a simple plan are available prior to age 59 and a half, but may be subject to a 25% penalty if they're taken within the first 2 years of participating in a simple IRA. Also, an additional 10% penalty may apply for withdrawals prior to age 59 and a half, in addition to ordinary income taxes. There are contribution limits. For the employer, there are two options. Option one is to match up to 3% of each employee's compensation, or $11,500, whichever is less. Option number two is to contribute 2% of each eligible employee's compensation, up to $5,000 for 2012. The eligible compensation limit determined by the IRS is $245,000 for 2011 and $250,000 for 2012. For the employee, there is an $11,500 limit for 2011 and 2012, a $14,000 limit if that employee is over age 50 by December 31st. For contribution deadlines, employer contributions must be made by the employer's tax return filing deadline for the employer to receive a current deduction. The employer must make employee elective deferral contributions within 30 calendar days after the last day of the month that they were withheld. New simple IRA accounts must generally be established by October 1st to be effective for that tax year. Thanks for joining me for today's topic on SEP and simple IRAs. The next time we meet, we'll be talking about an additional way that entrepreneurs and business owners can defer even more money for future retirement needs outside of their traditional qualified and retirement plans. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at any time. Again, my name is Bruce Joseph with Directions Credit Union. Thank you.
Toledo Biz TV shows thanks you for watching this episode of Directions for a Better Way to Bank with Pat DeCesar. For more great information, visit Directions Credit Union at www.directionscu.org. Also browse the other shows found right here at Toledo Biz TV Shows.